So my name is Mateja Recevski, and I come from an organization, Arboretum Volčji Potok. I work as a landscape architect, and I'm running this project about Marija Auersperg Attems. At the beginning, I would like to explain you something more about organization where I come from. So Arboretum is the most visited botanical garden in Slovenia. This is a public park with 85 hectares, and it's close to Ljubljana, which is the capital of Slovenia. Arboretum Volčji Potok is a cultural heritage site of national importance. The park is significant for its culture, historical, and garden architectural features. It was established in 1952. Here are some photos from our park. I decided to show you because that you will be easily to understand from what kind of background we come from. So this project with name the flowery rout of the Countess Marija Auersperg Attems. A woman's life and work has been an inspiration for this project. Inspiration for the project came a few years ago when we cooperated with the National Gallery of Slovenia. We had project National Gallery at the Arboretum. We choose 36 artworks from the National Gallery and we present them in our park. The visitors and we were particularly impressed with the works of Marija Auersperg Attems, which she painted with great precision. The author had botanical knowledge, and she used it in her painting and probably in gardening as well. So on photos, you can see some of her artworks. The leitmotif of the project are the flowers painted by Marija Auersperg Attems. Her works are kept in Slovenia, in Austria, and in private collections around the world. So who was Marija Auersperg Attems? She was born in Graz in 1816, and she represents a link between two influential European families, the Auerspergs and the Attems. We have little information on her life, and even that is only related to her husband's life. When I started with this project and I was reading articles about her, most of these articles started about her husband. When I spoke to experts who were preparing proceedings, I asked them if they can focus on her and not about her husband. Very interesting thing about that they lived in Austria and in Slovenia. In Austria, they lived in Vienna and Graz. Here you can see the palace that they owned in Graz, in Austria. And they had two castles. First one is in Schreiberski Turn castle in Leskovec near Krško. This is in Slovenia. And this is actually a castle from her husband's family. Here are some photos from the garden of that castle. And the photos were taken at the time when Marija and her husband lived there. Expert gave us an insight into how the gardens were arranged at that time and which plants were growing there. This is of particular interest to us since we assume that Marija Auersperg Attems painted flowers from her own garden. And another castle where they live in Slovenia is Dornava Castle. It's one of the best preserved examples of a Baroque mansion and park in Slovenia. This is a castle from her family, from the Attems. Here on photo, you can see, again, a photo from the time when they lived there in 19th century and another photo from the last year. The castles have rich landscape gardening and architecture heritage. But unfortunately, both heritages are in a very bad condition. With this project, we want to awaken interest in heritage in the general public. So, to explain something more about her work, on these photos you can see as well some You can see garden from the Dornava castle. And on one photo is also her diary. As you can see, she was preserving plants. She was really interested in plants, as well as one of her paintings full of flowers. So she painted flower still lifes and interiors in small formats. In addition to a painter's knowledge, her flower still lifes reflects an extraordinary sense of observation and naturalism, as well as through botanical knowledge, which she also used in the design of gardens, castles in Schreiberski Turm and Dornava. So the goals of the project are to prepare an interdisciplinary project for professional and general public, to expand cooperation with other public institutions, gain new knowledge about life and work of Marija Auersperg Attems, connect knowledge from the fields of art history, garden heritage, architecture heritage, and horticulture. And as I mentioned before, to awaken interest in heritage in the general public. So we already started with some activities, and in autumn we had expert consultation organized at the Dornava Castle, and we published proceedings. On photo you can see two actors dressed in Maria and her husband. We had exhibitions, workshops, and guided tours. We plan even more these kind of activities. With these activities, we cooperated with locals, with children from local school and disabled youth. Now we are mainly focused on analyzing the plants, because we would like to know for each plant that she painted, we would like to know the name, because we want to cultivate the old varieties of plants that she painted on her paintings. And after that, we would like to design plans for show gardens, and then plant these gardens. And we hope that in spring and summer, we will be able to show our visitors these beautiful plants from Marija Auersperg Attems. So at the end, I would like to thank you for the invitation, and thank you for listening to me, and have a nice day.